Hey everyone, it's Steven here from Team 5Ds, bringing you guys Lair Darkness, Infernoid deck profile. We have, it's a turn 1 build. You don't want to go second with this build. This is based on going first. But start off with 1 Darkest Diablos. Everyone knows what that does. 2 Lilith. She searches for normal trap cards. Mostly you want to search for your Void Feast, but if not, there's other options in the deck. Arima lets you either draw a card when you tribute him, or if you tribute another monster, you can search for Darkest Diablos. Also, he could be used as terraforming for Lair. Up next, triple Decatron. Decatron lets you send Infernoid from deck to graveyard to gain that level and that monster's effect and name. Only normal summonable Infernoid. We only have a total of, I believe it's 7 normal summons. Comes in handy. You'll see why with the Void Feast. Up next, we have 1 Antra, 2 Harmodic, and 2 Petrulia. Antra is super good. I have another Antra sided in the main deck for the Thunder matchup. Also, the fact that all the Infernoids are DD Crows is amazing, besides the 2 boss monsters. But we have 1 Shajet for the Void Feast, 1 Saitama's, 1 Atandel, 2 Deviati. Deviati is one of the boss monsters. She lets you tribute monsters to negate and banish monster effects. Well, there's 2 of them there. I don't know why I did it like that, but 2 Anunku. Other boss monster. Oh, I forgot to mention, Deviati is a dark hole on summon, everyone but itself. And Anunku is for spells and traps. Actually, you know what? I got that all wrong. Anunku is for monsters. Deviati is for spells and traps. But Anunku can tribute monsters to negate and banish spell and trap effects. Void Feast, super big, super huge card in this deck. Going first with it, you can set up anywhere from, you can have low negates with like 1 or 2, but with Void Feast, you're guaranteed at least 2 negates and 3 disruptions. So you have the 2 negates and you have 1 DD Crow. But if you get double of them off, ooh, oh baby, you don't know what's coming. Your opponent will probably just have to FF at that point. But up next, triple Judgment. Judgment's so good. Going first, if you could set like a Judgment of Strike and a Void Feast with maybe like a Void Imagination or a Void Banishment on the field, so you could use your Void Feast with maybe another card on the field. Like it's really strong. I like going first with this build. But up next, triple Solemn Strike. You know what it does. Then 1 Solemn Judgment, 2 Storming Mirror Forces searchable through the Lilith. 1 Metaverse. Lets you search for Lair Darkness. 1 Time Space. 1 Trap Trick Trap Hole Nightmare. 1 Terraforming. 1 Twin Twister. 1 Pot of Desires. 2 Lair. I was running 3, but you don't want to see it like in multiples of 2 in your hand, so that's why we're only running it at 2. 2 Void Imagination. I'd probably put it to 3, but for some reason this card's like $10 for a stupid super that doesn't really do any much other than fusion summon your Anaton, your fusion boss monster. But the fusion boss monster really is not that good. It's just the fact that you get to send 6 from deck for the Shawl fusion effect. That's really good. But up next, triple Void Banishment. Lets you discard a card to add a Void spell or trap. Lets you reset your hands a little bit. If you discard the higher level Infernoids, they could be summoned from graveyard, so it doesn't really affect them. Up next, also lets you search for Void Feast. I'm not sure if I said that, but or Void Imagination, depending on what you need. Then up next, triple Pot of Duality. And you're probably saying, like, why is he running Pot of Duality and triple Card of Demise in the deck? Well, this is a turn 1 build, and your normal summon you're probably going to want to see is Lilith or Decatron on turn 1. So you can still use Pot of Duality, you can still use Card of Demise, because you're only using Void Feast on your opponent's standby phase, which will give you more negates. But this deck, it's really strong, actually. Try it out. Going first. It has a pretty good matchup with a lot of decks. The extra deck will go over here. I have 1 Tiara. I'd probably put a second one in when I get the chance, but for right now we're only running 1. And then 2 Elder Entity Tis. When you use Tiara, you get to send 3 from your both players' extra deck, and you'll send these 3 pops on the field. And then you'll send 3 from deck for your top cards, which it comes in sometimes. But after that, we have 1 Psyframe Lord Omega. We have Abyss Dweller, Exciton, Hiata, really good in the Salamangreat matchup. Nightmare Cerberus, Akashic Magician. A really good combo with this. If you use your Void Feast, you could use your Sidget and one of your Decatrons to use this. And then if you have a Decatron in hand, on the Acoustic Magician, you could bounce back the other Decatron to use this effect again, which comes in handy sometimes. You can load up your graveyard with that. One Link Karibo for just in case your Decatron gets negated. One Wee Witch's Apprentice. One Underclock Taker. One Crusader Equal Max. I did have number 38 in here, but I don't run 2 level 8s, so I'll have to find something else to put in here. But it probably would end up being the other Tiara. So let me know how you guys like this deck profile. It's a really fun going first deck. Fun for you, but not fun for your opponents. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and that's it. Peace, guys.